The Bring a Trailer podcast.
I was going to do an intro, but now I already need to talk. I mean, there's so much good stuff on the site. I actually subscribed to a few extra listings so that I wouldn't forget to talk to you about them when we jumped on. Hold on, wait, before I do anything else, did you see the 64 Fairlane 500 with the
black
K?
one?
Yes, but it has
Got a
a
K-Code
K-Code 289. It's like not my favorite of the Fairlane body styles, but wait till you've not seen this?
I have not seen it.
So for listeners, this is black with red stripe 64 Fairlane, which is in between a Falcon and a Galaxy, right? It's like the mid-size.
It's the Thunderbolt.
Right, yeah, okay.
The 64 Fairlane is famous for it was what the Thunderbolts were made out of.
So this is K-Code 289 with a 4-speed, but it has a 6-pack like
Weber's.
Shelby spec. No, it's like a weird Shelby progressive linkage 3 2-barrels. I've never seen anything like it.
3 Holly 2-barrels? 3 what?
What are they?
What are they?
Wow.
Is this factory?
Well, it's like a Kavanaugh Ford period Shelby inspired dealer add-on.
Yeah.
But it's not like a modern thing. It's pretty cool.
It's very cool. So it has the long aluminum oval air cleaner that you see in like a GT500.
Right. And there's a picture, I'm trying to find it, where they've got the carbs and you can see the progressive opening of them. Yes, look at that. Look at that picture. So that's picture 133 out of 149.
Like little Hollies, but I'm going to look at them. Anyway, I've never seen that.
They're not Carters, maybe, or they do look like Hollies to me.
It has a cool sticker on the valve covers that says 289 6V.
Yes,
that's
I know.
Cool.
It's also got a really cool gauge pack. It's got big tack up on top.
And
it's a sun.
Gauge, the weird triple sun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, Fairlanes are interesting, right? I mean, there's Mustang land, there's Galaxy people, there's Falcon people.
Yeah.
The Fairlane's almost maybe drag racer crowd, but like not a lot. They road raced a couple weird ones. You remember when they built the like Holman Moody, like tried to do the road race cars and nobody bought them, so they canceled the project.
Modern ones?
Yeah, they built like a modern one. We featured them on BAT. They thought it was going to be a great business model, and they sold like 1.5.
And they've both been on BAT, all 1.5.
And they're gone.
Yeah.
I saw one of those at the Revival when I was there. But anyway, the Fairlane is obviously such a wonderful name plate and a lot of good Fairlanes over all the years. And 64, I just go straight to, it's a straight line car, right? You do a Thunderbolt, a clone, or you get a real Thunderbolt if you're some heavy hitter. Those have gone through BAT, and I love the look of those. But you can do different things. This is just a random cool street car. And sorry, I know the carbs aren't stock to the car, but are they saying you could have gotten a K engine in one of these in 64? There's no way. This is a swap, right?
I don't know.
Now
you're asking me questions that I don't have answers to.
We're going too deep. But
I just thought it was a weird spec and pretty cool, and kind of not. Like, you wouldn't go drag racing with a 289, right? I mean,
there's a K in the VIN.
Yeah, okay, so you're wrong, and I was right. No, it's also a factory 4-speed, so it's not a swap.
Pretty much.
But the weirdo induction setup is like
dealer.
Yes,
it's dealer. That's
dealer.
like Tasca would have loved that.
Totally Tasca. Right?
Yeah,
yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Man, I love it. You're finding some deep cuts.
Well, shout out to Carter.
I'm like
Carter, who's
swirling around over in the Montana green Volkswagen GTI.
I missed that one.
Car, which went live today. I mean, there's just like so much good stuff just scattered all across. I really enjoy it.
Oh my gosh, look at this GTI, Randy.
Yeah, it got painted. It was listed on BAT, and then it was
womp, not a 16 valve though.
It's an 8 valve,
but it's the color. Oh man, it looks a lot of people really like that nice.
A lot of people like that color.
Oh, that makes me think you do not.
I don't. I actually have a white one of these, and if there had been a Montana side by side, but this is controversial. This is unpopular opinion.
Good.
I would not choose the Montana.
That fuels podcasts.
Same as, you know what other car has limited colors? So that car, 16 valve in particular, has very limited colors in the GTI, and you can get red, black, white, and that Montana.
There's not silver GTIs?
In other years,
but
not in a 92. And then, so 93 Mustang Cobra, also very limited color options. There's the black, there's the orangey red, and there's the teal.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are like, the teal.
This guy.
Yeah, you. That's you.
Yeah.
But back in the day, dude, early mid 90s, when those cars were out and they were $1 zillion and, 40 grand was all the money for those cars. Now they're 200,000 or whatever. The teal in the GTI and the teal in the Mustang, we all made fun of those cars.
Oh, that's so
we were
funny.
Like, that's the dumb color. That's the Miami color. You don't take yourself seriously and drive the car that color. And now those colors bring these huge premiums, and everybody's like, I always loved Montana green.
Oh, that's interesting.
No, you didn't. You used to just like me say you didn't like it.
Yeah.
So anyway, if I was getting a 93 Cobra Mustang, I would get it in black. And if I was getting a GTI, I'd get it in white. I'm just not a Montana teal dude. But anyway, we have that on the site, and it will bring bids because people love it.
Yeah, because they've flip-flopped.
Or they loved it back then too. But anyway, you know how we were back then. We just criticized each other for all our opinions.
I was driving a Shamrock Green 912E, man, so I always liked colors.
Totally. We'd pick on people for everything.
I don't remember having a thought on the teal and Mustangs, but I definitely always liked the teal on C4 Corvettes, particularly.
There was a ZR1. There was a ZR1,
there was
91 ZR1.
But then there was the weirdo Callaway that was like all smoothed over, and they had it in teal. There was also the weird Roadster Callaway that had the top cut off. Remember that? It had like the low windscreen all around.
And it wrapped.
Yes, correct. Correct. With no like frame around the top. But those came in teal, and I always liked those.
Okay. So there's some teal out there that's doable. And in retrospect, you're like, ooh, rare, cool, 80s, whatever. But honestly, we made fun of those back in the day.
I liked 944s in that it's not quite as teal, but that like ice green, blue, like metallic color.
Oh, that was very light.
Yes.
That was different. I like those. People like those.
Did you see the Jeep that had been restored that had been shot full of bullet holes?
No.
Oh my God, dude.
What kind of Jeep?
Like early, like I don't know if it's actual World War II era. Hold on, let me see if I can find this.
CJ2A.
It's like a CJ2
Willys or something.
It still has the little Willys flathead, I think. What happens if I type in Willys? How would you navigate to this one fast? Is it
I
here?
do Willys.
Yeah, and it's not a Willys, so it's probably a CJ2. You're probably right. Is that early 50s?
Yeah, could be CJ2 or 3.
Let's see. This is like dead air. I'm going to find it and give the lot number. But the story is that
I'll race you.
It was, I'm going to win, I think, because I think I'm very close. Oh, man, we need to talk about twin cam Zs. We need to talk about...
Z432.
Yeah, we have a Briggs Cunningham history on the site. There's a lot I need to talk about. Okay, here it is. No, so it was a 77. Sorry, it was later, but it's the M number. So it was a machine. It was on the machine gun range as a target vehicle, and then somebody restored it back to driving condition, but they left all the bullet holes like in it.
Unbelievable.
I know.
And wait, go back to the lead. I thought the lead shot looked like a beauty, like a nice truck.
It looks nice from that side because that's the non-hit side.
I don't know. Does that car have good sort of mojo vibes, or do you drive around with something full of bullet holes?
I don't
know
if I would sell, so that maybe tells you something.
Kind of like a little zombie-ish.
I just thought it was crazy.
Dystopian.
Yeah. Oh, it is very dystopian, but it's actually like a nice restoration on it. Like somebody did a really good job. So that is lot number 245406.
That's like when you're at the golf driving range and the guy's driving the little cart around with the screens on it, and you aim for him every single time
100%.
And try to.
And he hates his life. I had a buddy who did that job, and he was like, he tried to do it at any hours when he knew the driving range would have like no people on it, because it's so emasculating to just know that people are trying.
Drill like the John Deere.
They have the little cage around them because
so great.
Yeah, it is great.
I love everything about that. That's what that Jeep looks like.
It does. It was just interesting.
I guess shooting range is next level. I just go to hit a white ball. These people are like shooting at whatever 9mm at that thing.
Totally 9mm. Wait, sorry. You said you wanted to talk about something else. You want to talk about Briggs?
No, you were talking Z432.
Oh yeah,
you can't tease the crowd with that car and not talk about
it. Love this car. This is from our buddy Raffi, who's been on this podcast and is a kind of a power repeat seller, huge BAT fan from the early days. We love Raffi. I'm like always a little torn on these cars because I'm like, the BAT Z was probably way faster than these. You can get so much HP out of a Rebello or even just a mildly built L24. You can, bore them out 2.8 liter, 3 liter even. But then every time I see one of these with those little magnesium wheels and that beautiful crackle finished twin cam engine, I'm like, God, this is one of the great Japanese cars.
For sure. And it is featured prominently in Myron Vernis's book collection, which we have downstairs of the entire encyclopedia of important and significant Japanese vehicles. Z432, man. I mean, what else was this engine in? Skylines? This engine.
I think that's right.
Skylines. This has an interesting strut tower brace setup. Is that a 432 thing? I don't know if I've ever seen that before, but this thing is restored nicely. What are your favorite parts of this car that set it apart? The wheels are meaningful for me. Obviously, the engine's nuts.
The stacked exhaust, the vertical stack exhaust.
So you can do a lot of this stuff on a normal Z and kind of have a little hot rod Z. The wheels are really hard to pull off, and there's like a fake version that don't look right, and there's a few different things. People do the covered headlights. People do the little duck spoiler in the back. People do
the wing mirrors where you put the mirrors out on the
mirrors. But this one in this blue, a lot of them are orange. Robbie Pyle on our staff and I were hanging out at an auction in Monterey. Maybe in the Pebble auction, maybe in Gooding auction, or maybe in Arizona. I don't remember. But one went through and it went through cheap. And both he and I were like, man, we should have bought that 432. That was the car of the day. And so anyway, I always think of that moment when I think of 432s. But cool cars. They got to drive great, I've only ever driven a single cam car with a big Lopi idle and Webers and stuff. But this one looks good. But we've had a lot of interesting Z sales recently. The car that was at Palm Springs at our event went through, sold for $125,000.
That car was so nice.
We've got a super low VIN car coming through, that single or double digit VIN car.
Something like 69 build.
69 build. People call them Series 1s. That sort of stuff coming through. There's still a lot of demand for those sort of things. People really like them.
Oh, and we had one of the ones I loved these, the Nissan restoration program that they had. What was in the 90s or whatever?
Green. It was our color too, right? I like
$125,000 on that car.
Yeah, those cars are still getting a bunch of money. So, this car's got to blow by that because it's more important than both of those cars.
Totally.
So anyway, we'll see where it goes. It is listed out of Miami by Raffi. Man, you go to Raffi right now, he's got 6 cars live.
I was just having a convo with Raffi. I hope he's
business.
I hope he's listening. Shout out to him if he is.
We miss you, Raffi. Come back to SF and
he's got some
to the office.
He's got some heat coming up. He's pretty proud.
4, 5, 6. And in awesome BAT form, he's got 2000s, 50s, 20 teens, 70s, 60s, 70s. He's like all over the place. Good for him.
He is the man. He does such a good job. And he is pretty excited by the queue that he's got. He's got he's got it queued up.
250 listings.
That's for like a dude representing people. I often think he's got to be up at the top, not a dealer. Like he's just working with clients and then they handle the transaction. He's just a kind of an advisor and a helper. And
high five to Raffi.
Oh, he's
250 out of our 250,000. 1 out of 1,000 is Raffi.
Totally.
He's slamming them down. Well done. Great stuff. And you look at sale rate. Sold.
Oh, everything.
He is the man. Go listen to his visit on the BAT podcast, episode 143.
Yeah, people loved it.
What episode are we on now?
171, I think.
Okay.
We got a ways till 200.
He's in the archives. He's in the
archives.
He's in the podcast archive.
He's in the halls of the website and the podcast. Can we talk Briggs?
I love talking about Briggs. What did he have ties to on the site?
So I never ever want to miss an opportunity to talk about Briggs Cunningham. I love him so much. So this is a really interesting car that I didn't understand. So I know about Cooper Monacos, which is like a sports racer, early 60s, like early mid-engine, right? When like Cooper's really changing the game in Grand Prix cars and in sports racers by going mid-engine. But I thought they were all 4 cylinders. And this one has the Buick all-aluminum V8 in it.
This has an 8 in it, which is terrifying. I've seen this car. I believe this car ran at Monterey.
I'm sure I've seen it too, because
this start-finish banner at the LA Times GP is fabulous.
I was talking about that with my dad, who used to, as you know, go to the LA Times Grand Prix all the time at Riverside. And he's like, oh yeah, I saw that car run.
61, it ran at Riverside. McLaren driving it.
Mm-hmm.
All the goodness.
All the names associated with it are incredible. And then did you see, speaking of interesting induction setups, did you see the weirdo cross ram manifold on it? It has quad Webers and the like stacks lay flat and they cross over each other.
Let me see this.
It's a really interesting thing.
So there's a car that has that in a front engine. Different engine, different setup, but that's what it's not a Grifo. It's a Bizzarini. You ever seen the small block Chev in a Bizzarini?
No, it has flat up.
It's such a low car that they run Webers at this 10-degree angle.
Oh, interesting.
Cutting across the other valve cover.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Let me see if that's what you're talking about. Yeah. Oh, no. No, this is up and out.
Yes.
I'm talking across. These aren't cross. These are up and out. This is...
But the carb, the air cleaners
the intake manifold on this is flat and then it has a 90-degree bend out to Weber's out over the headers.
Yeah, but the Webers are like way out there. The air cleaners are, you're right. They're like out, they're past the headers.
Yeah. Okay.
It's pretty cool.
So that's got to be, let's look at it. Two-piece manifold.
What was the name of the setup on Racing Cobras had quad Weber setups too that were kind of interesting looking? I can't remember if they were horizontal or they're vertical.
Cobras
but
just had straight up and down, just simple as possible.
Yeah, but somebody would put quad Webers on them though. It wasn't a single 4-barrel. It was 4 Webers. But they're straight up and down.
Normal straight up and downer. But hold on. Now
Inglesi, right? Jim Inglesi, something like that.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Now you're getting into LA hot rod or like manifold fab.
Yeah. I love manifold.
Eddie Meyer is going to enter the chat.
Totally.
So, am I right?
Yes. Navarro.
Dave Navarro wants to have a discussion. So hold on. I'm getting to the intake manifold goodness that I'm.
On Bizzarini's?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
The real is that we listed R&M'd, but look at that. That's the one I was thinking of. And it's not unlike what you're talking about.
Oh my God. It's very similar. Wow, it's really similar.
Yeah, on a Bizzarini.
All these things, you can't get the freaking valve covers off because like the carbs are sitting over the top of it.
Oh my gosh. How do you even put the oil in?
Dude, I don't know. You know what else has that is, oh God, what's the big flat 2+2 Lamborghini? They have the Webers out flat over the Espada, right? Because it's got the Miura engine, but it doesn't have the extra room because it's under that big flat hood. So they've got all the 6 Webers out sideways, as I recall.
Anyway, the Briggs car you're talking about is a really significant car.
Totally.
Recently, I've had a couple people that are like, do you sell race cars on BAT? And I'm like, first of all, yes.
Yeah.
Second of all, like I want to have this listing and put it like 4 inches from their eyeballs immediately and be like, look, 61 times Grand Prix Riverside. Like, do we sell race cars? Yes.
Yes. Ran at the LA Times Grand Prix. Briggs Cunningham drove it, commissioned Lance Reventlow to put the Buick V8 in it. I mean, it's
your
all
favorite
the names. Yes.
It's all your favorite names on the whole Rolodex.
Correct. I immediately on these, I scroll to the bottom. I'm like, give me those black and white shots. But our team's doing a great job. They put a bunch up top. I mean, this has so much good documentation in it.
Yeah, I love it. Try finding that and some other listings made of bullet points by AI on other websites. Totally. Congratulations. Good luck to you.
Yeah, good luck to you. Did you know I met Briggs Cunningham when I was a little kid?
No. Tell me where.
Yeah, so my dad was a member of his car museum, which is the one that got sold.
Newport Beach?
I think it was in Newport Beach.
Yes.
And it was the one that got basically turned into the Collier collection, right? Like they bought the whole thing, instant amazing car collection. But I was probably 3. I have vague memories of it because I remember them starting the Bugatti Royale for me. And I remember Le Monster because it's so crazy looking.
Wow.
And my dad was buds with the curator. So he'd go there all the time. I wish I could remember that guy's name. I have a drawing by him, the curator of that museum, of like old, like maybe even pre-war board track cars, like sliding into wood fences and stuff. I should bring it down to the office, just sitting in my house. But one time Briggs, when he was real old with his wife, came down. And my dad was kind of forcing my hand to shake his, and I'm screaming and crying. So there's a picture of me weeping as a 4-year-old with Briggs and his wife standing behind me, smiling. Yeah, totally.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I love that. Man, I mean, top 10 automotive moments of your life, like meeting Briggs Cunningham. I mean, how do you beat that?
No, right? I mean, that's also the era, sporting man.
I mean, the guy, like, you somehow got him off of his like yacht with his like perfect shades.
I think he fielded America's Cup race.
Totally.
Like he
did.
Yes,
he absolutely did.
And like horse racing, and
also didn't hurt who his dad was,
of course,
and everything else. But still,
I mean, that's Reventlow too. That's a lot of these guys
hanging out at Le Mans.
Yeah, and then drive. And he was slow, and he didn't care. He'd take the third stint and be slow, but he was out driving a 1952 Cadillac around Le Mans.
Wow,
I know.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
We got top 10 automotive moments. That's like top 5. I don't know. I mean, is that top 1? I mean what's cooler than that?
I was so young. I mean, I don't know. I was just talking to Jim Hall on the podcast here. I mean, that was
fairly strong.
Egan. I was thinking about Peter Egan again this morning, talking to him.
That would be on my list.
A couple of the podcast moments have been really big for me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. There you go, BAT podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Talking to the old racers,
It's amazing.
Jim Hall told me about crashing his P-51 Mustang. It doesn't get better than that.
That's true.
Anyway, thank you for indulging me on the history stuff.
We didn't dive off. That was cool. I thought that was awesome. Anyway, there's plenty of interesting stuff on the site.
Did you check out the GT350 that's been stolen a bunch of times? It's another car that's very appealing to me.
Stolen?
Yeah, it was like stolen. So it's a 66, the red, white stripes.
Oh, I saw it come across. I get alerts on that model.
Yeah.
But I didn't go deep on, I looked red, 66, 4-speed. It has some theft.
Like had a real spotty early history, stolen, I think they said multiple times, and left for dead. It's a conversion from an auto to a stick, but it's been owned for a long time, almost 40 years by the current owner, and was restored. So it's actually pretty nice, but people are, they're always a little scared of the car when it's not like perfect. And these are the kinds of GT350s that actually appeal to me, right? Give me the one with the motor swap. I don't care.
Totally. Totally. We'll see where that puts value.
I know. Well, part of the reason those appeal to me is because the value on the ones that are unimpeachable are going through the roof.
It's true. But that looks like a cool car.
Yeah, that's my spec. I know it's not yours, but alloys and red.
66 and alloys, red, white. I mean, I drove a rep of that to high school. So they at least looks like they've restored it back to some sort of a semblance of how it used to be, other than adding a third pedal, which nobody will argue with.
I'm not arguing with it, especially if it makes it so that people are outraged by the non-originality.
I think you're going to say out ripping it around.
That's what I want to do with it,
That's
man.
my kind of outrage.
Yeah.
Anyway, cool.
What's the craziest thing on your watch list? I know you always have so much. I never usually have more than 7 or 8 cars.
Are you having me dive into the BAT app right now?
There's another 69 GT350 4-speed, which
you and I
the
one with no stripes, the paint one. I thought you would like that. What a stealth! What a stealth!
I like them stealth.
That is.
But then you're in the same problem as the Z432, which I didn't want to say, which is like, you're out and you're like, I'm in this amazingly rare car, and everyone just thinks it's a regular 240Z, and they think you're crazy because you've got a right-hand drive 240Z. They're like, why didn't you just get a normal one, man? And that's the problem with GT350s, right? It's a clone. You just assume it's a clone.
You assume clone status. Oh man, am I going to blow up my whole watch list?
No, don't do that. Give me one or two weirdos.
I should. Oh man, there's some really weird stuff. But there's somebody is selling a Golf Rallye on the website, which is a non-USA car that was federalized when new, which I thought was fully illegal.
Whoa.
I didn't know that was allowed. But anyway,
because that's past gray market period.
It's past gray market, but it was federalized by G&K in Santa Ana in SoCal, the same people who do it now.
Yeah, that's like the place.
But it was done in 94 when this car was 5 years old. And somebody took it to Tahoe and daily drove it, and it now has 37,000 miles.
What?
That's the correct response. What are we talking about? This came across on BAT. It's a real rally golf for people who don't know and probably don't care. This is a Mark II GTI, a really unusual. It's synchro all-wheel drive, and it's box flared, and it's a homologation car. They ran this in Group A Rally. And they built 5,000 of them per the requirements, allegedly. Who knows how many they actually built? But they were the first one to come with these little projector headlights with a weird grill that wrapped around it and stuff. And it was very Euro only. And everybody reading VW and Porsche magazine like me back in the day, before it was rebranded to European Car, saw these cars and thought they were spectacular. Anyway, this guy's got one in the US and now it's being sold on BT. Now it's over 25 years old, so nobody in the government cares anymore. But the fact that it's been here the whole time, like I grew up going to Tahoe. I'm like, why did I not see this car
missed it.
in Tahoe? I went to Tahoe like 10 times a year, all of those years. And how did I not see that there was a rally golf up there? Because I would have lost my mind. So anyway, that car is super interesting.
Did you see this substitute for US VIN plate on it? I mean, it's got
Go look at my RS4. That's how my RS4, that's like the rule.
Was that G&K also?
Mine was very much not okay. Mine was, I don't know, mine like cruised through, but it has that in the windshield VIN section. Anyway, interesting car, very interesting car.
That's normally they sit a little higher, don't they? Is this like lowered down?
No, they were. It's box flares. It's like an E30 M3 box flare or an Ur Quattro box flare. Here's a question: how many cars have box flares that look like that? Production.
E30
M3,
Integrale,
Ur Quattro.
Yeah, Ur Quattro.
Integrales are a little more curved, but they count. This car, and is that all?
No, AMG, the AMG conversions have them. The like Mercedes sedans, like what the pre-merger AMG cars have these like flares that start right after the door.
But they're so crisp, like an E30 M3. They're like rectangular, right? You come down the fender and it like 90 degrees out, 90 degrees down. Like anyway, this car has them, and honestly, I don't think it looks as good as a normal.
It looks a little strange.
Especially in the back on a hatch. Those flares look better when you have a trunk.
This is a sick car though. It has cool seats and like this is like the Bill Gates madness. Somebody did this in period and they're like, oh, I need an interesting all-wheel drive car for my Tahoe home.
What are we talking about, right?
I mean, that's the only reason for doing this.
But it was so much work to do this.
Of course.
So why did
And then you have an
person do it?
8-valve Golf up at altitude.
No. It's a G60, dude. It's a G60.
Oh, is it supercharged?
It's got a blower on it.
Oh, well, that makes a lot more sense then.
Yeah, ish. So anyway, I can talk about that car for hours and hours, but nobody wants to hear that. So let's move along.
The bid is strong.
Well, the bid probably needs to get a little stronger, but those things sometimes go for big money. But anyway, my fellow VW geeks out there, I've reached quota on talking about Volkswagens. So here's one.
No, hold on, I have one question for you. Green pearl effect, because we were talking a little bit of
This is a green metallic.
Okay.
Actually,
All right.
90s, it has to be some green metallic.
Of course.
Yeah, that's a thing. We'll let bidders decide on that.
Every kid in my school had that
Most all
metallic
of them.
green 4th gen Camaro color. You know, that was
Yes. What else have we been ripping through? The 250-mile Audi sold. That was cool. We talked about that on a previous podcast, the Bonneville Audi. RX-7s. Like, can we talk RX-7 for a second?
hell yes.
So
4th gen FD.
I want an FD.
Okay.
So my buddy who lives here in the Bay Area bought a silver Survivor almost no mile FD RX-7. I think he got it in San Diego on BET and drove it home. And he just showed it to me in a parking lot when we went out for tacos the other night. And I was loving it.
They're so pretty and they're small too.
So cool. You open the door, the way the door cut is, the way the whole cockpit is, the way the tail lights are. I want a wing. I don't want a no wing. I like the wing.
Oh, I like it with no wing. I like it because I think it's so, the design is so clean and simple on them. Yes.
Yeah. But the stock wheels, like I don't need right-hand drive. I don't need HKS parts like littered through the engine. I don't need any of that. I just need like
single turbo conversion.
Whatever. I don't even know. I'm naive on these cars, as you can tell by how I'm talking about them. But they are just beautiful. Do you remember the Mazda commercial when that car came out? Because they put a bunch of money into developing that car, and the new RX-7 came out. And it was like a front angle low shot, and the car was parked like in front of a old building on grass. And they were talking about how lightweight it was, and the pedals were drilled and all this stuff. And they were talking about lightweight. This must have been what, 92 when that car came out?
Yeah, probably
92.
Yeah,
91. Anyway, I remember it on like primetime TV, watching that and being 14 years old and being like, oh my gosh, this car is amazing.
Totally.
And anyway, I still kind of want to get in one of those and drive it.
I think that debut would have been just a hair before I was super into cars. I was about 10. I was like 9, 10. But when I was getting super into cars, mid to like 96, 97, the C5 came out. And I still love C5 Corvettes. Mm-hmm. And I remember my dad telling me, well, the aerodynamics of that are a copy of the RX-7.
There you go.
And then I went and looked it up and I'm like, oh my God. And then it turns out, I think I'm saying this correctly, that General Motors, benchmarked a couple cars, but they bought an FD RX-7 and the lines, particularly of the hood, do look almost exactly the same.
It's amazing.
They're such beautiful cars. You're right. The door cut.
The door cut on that car is meaningful.
And it's like the NSX where they hide the door handle up in the little thing above, so it's not on the door.
Yeah,
yes, that's right.
On the metal.
The NSX has that. The Ferrari has that too, the 308.
And I'm fine. Like red, give me red, black.
Oh, any color. Any color.
Just go. I just want that car.
Totally.
So anyway, I don't know if there's one of those in my future, but that's
Are you
cool
that
car.
over? Because so many people are obsessed with the Mark IV Supra, and I've always been FDRX7 over Supra, just because it's lighter and a little more elegant. Nothing against the Supra, but I love the FD. Do you have a preference?
I drew the Supra in art class in 8th grade.
Did you really?
Because the ads had just come out, and I did this like rendering of what the ad looked, because the wing was so
wing
absurd.
Is so big.
It's so absurd.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, those cars have never really been for me. But there's actually, I think I've told you this before. There's a guy who drives one and parks it in his driveway in my neighborhood, and he like drives a Supra. Like that's his car.
Wow.
Old guy, older than me.
Turbo with a wing and everything?
Yeah. The right one with the wing, but they're not for me. But then Zach brought his here, and I got to sit in it and look at it. And again, how the doors open and the big sill is really thick, and the way the instrument cluster is and stuff. I like that car a lot.
It's muscle car-y. And like the RX-7,
it's not lightweight. They don't argue lightweight.
No, the RX-7 feels like a grown-up Miata or something. It's like, it has a lot of the Miata elements to it, but, it just feels like a more more serious car, which is what it is. I love them. I've always loved them. Do you remember?
You never owned. You never drove. You never owned.
I had my race car was a FB
but it was a
RX-7.
car.
No, the only one I rode in a few. The only one I ever drove was because of BAT. It was Taz Harvey lent his to us for a rally. Do you remember that? It was a green one. You don't remember this? This was at the old office. And Zach and I ripped it around the block quite a bit. It was like touring green tan, like the classic color, green tan touring with that weird sound system that wraps around in the back and everything.
Totally.
And
it was Bose, wasn't it? Didn't it?
I'm pretty sure it's Bose. Acoustic wave or something.
Like an octopus in the back of the car.
That's exactly right.
So cool.
It's small, it's light, and this one was super stock and has the, not progressive turbos. What do you call them? They're not left-wing turbos. They're sequential. Thank you. Right-wing turbos. That's a Supra. No, sequential turbos, and it feels really linear. Really, really linear and pulled pretty good. It's a great little car. They're fast, as I recall. Did you go for riding your buddies?
No, not that night. I just got to see it. We were running off, but I was stoked that he drove it. It was cool. That was there also, BAT alumni. That was a fun time. Another buddy that was there had a BAT alumni 308 GTS.
Oh, sick.
Has shown up to our events before.
Oh, the red one.
Yes.
Oh, that guy's great. He comes to a lot of our events.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm leaving all
high
these
miler,
guys,
right?
I'm leaving all these guys nameless, but if they listen to this, they'll probably get a chuckle out of it.
Okay.
That was a very solid parking lot scene.
Was it at nighttime?
Yes.
Those are great cars. RX-7, it's like that Tokyo Nights thing. An RX-7 in a parking lot at night, that's like my youth. Like that's like what
good.
Yeah, it is so good.
Yep.
I was telling you a little bit earlier that I drove. I just want to give a shout out to Charlie Goodman, a friend of ours.
Yeah, let's talk about Goodman's collection.
Yeah, he just has so many rad cars. He's a big Auburn Court Duesenberg guy. And the big shout out there is to Sue, who's a listener to this pod. So hey to Sue, and thanks to Sue for inviting my old man and I up to Charlie's to see him. Sue and her team from their restoration company were out for the Velocity event, and they were going to dinner with Charlie, and I'm going to go see his cars. And so they invited my dad and I up. We came down here Friday night and ripped the Elite around a little bit first, which was excellent. My dad said he's been waiting for 60 years for a ride in an Elite.
He's never been in one.
No, he sat in the one. Oh gosh, I wish he was here to remind me. The dealership, Claude Phipps. Okay, it's coming back to me. Claude Phipps dealership on State Street in Santa Barbara in about 1960. My dad sat in one, or maybe even like 58 when my dad was about 20 years old.
Car dealers on State Street in Santa Barbara make me very happy.
In the 50s?
There's only like one left, right?
Yeah, almost, maybe none.
Upper
Motors.
You know that place?
Oh, totally. That's on Milpas though.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
That's a street or two off.
I went with my uncle and test drove a 3.2 Carrera Cabriolet for him there when I was still working on those
place
cars.
Is still around, and they list Land Cruisers, so I trip across.
Whenever we talk about like little indie dealers that don't sell on BAT, I always think about that place specifically. Right? Yeah, it's right up the street
they're
from.
Still fighting the good fight, like a car out on the lot with a price scratched out 4 times.
100%.
Like waiting.
One room
Santa Monica person's just got to come up with a Range Rover.
They got to go to the Habit up the street, happen to cruise by, circle back around the block, and come by the Rover. My grandpa had a used car a lot on State Street back in the day, and some gas stations. All that's gone now. But upper state, there's still stuff. But
there's a BAT user named Milpas.
Oh, that's pretty great.
Wonder if it's them or just somebody that hangs in Santa Barbara.
They would do well. They've definitely had plenty of BAT worthy cars. Anyway, we drove the Elite around. You would actually love it. It's the lightest manual steering I've ever felt. Yeah. It rips. It's 7,000 RPMs.
Skinny tires.
You just lean into the corners. You huck it in. It was really fun. My dad.
Where did you drive?
Just around this neighborhood.
Okay.
Never got out of second gear. But the gearing is so tall that you kind of bog it when you launch it. And then first on a block, you're in first. You don't shift into second. So you're going like 35 miles an hour. It's really interesting. It's really tall gears. Anyway.
The Cortina was kind of like that. They don't have the same gearbox. I don't think so.
Maybe it's a ZF in Monaco.
Yeah, a lot of clutch to get it into first from a stop, and then you're in.
It might be, dude. It might be the same.
Does it have one of those weird remote shifter setups?
No,
Or
there is
the shifter
linkage.
go way up.
No, it doesn't go way up, but it's
No, yours goes straight in. I saw it.
it's a little tiny short throw. But the early Elites had the MG gearbox with an unsynchro first, which actually might be the gearbox in your car.
In the MG.
Yeah, and the later ones had the ZF, and my car, I still have to go pick up the original engine transmission. Originally had the MG, but it has a ZF now with a synchro
cool.
first, and is awesome.
So you drove that car around and with your old man. That's gotta be.
He loved that.
I wish I could have seen that.
It was great. It sounds like a race car, dude. You spent so many years at the historic races. It sounds like all those little British cars that have that same powertrain in them.
Yeah.
So we did that, and then we hopped in the 308 and drove up to Charlie's, and it was so great. I'd forgotten. It's been many years since I've been there. He's got so much great stuff, and he's such a gracious guy. And like I was telling you, the kind of big thrill for me was Sue brought all these guys from her shop who don't always get to see kind of a collection like that and aren't necessarily familiar with every single car that was there. And
Vintage Underground.
Vintage Underground.
Yeah,
and
they're expanding. They have some young techs there.
Yeah, and some interns, one of whom was working for Charlie, I think, over the summer. And they were just all really cool dudes and really enthusiastic. And it's good to run into people like that in the car world. It's good for your soul. It's not just all jaded old farts like you and me.
People speculating on 992s. That's not all?
No, enough of that. I've had enough of that. I've had my fill.
People cheering for aughts Ferraris to get to $1 million.
Gated? Is it gated? Of course. Of course it's gated.
There's that world. There's a lot of different worlds within the.
I'm in favor of all of them. I feel like I just get stuck in some more than others. So
and there's some that grab the headlines, right?
Right.
People want to talk about the latest Ferrari design, but you'd rather talk about the kid that's amped to get into cars and learn about some stuff from a veteran.
Let me tell you a little bit about a double overhead cam straight 8 from the 30s.
Yeah, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, cool.
Anything you got coming up or anything that you've done recently that we should mention?
Not too much, other than we're talking about events that are coming that are almost here on the podcast next week. We're super excited to be talking about the concours, the
Hillsborough
concours. Rod Fisher will be here as our guest on the pod that I get to chat with him and talk about that a little bit.
What's your history with Rob?
So Bay Area sort of car events, car culture. He's always been involved with cool stuff, whether it's down at Monterey or whether it's different shops that are here. He brought some impressive cars. Obviously, he has ties to San Francisco. So us doing BAT in San Francisco, I was super lucky just as a young nobody to be in the city, driving an old car, going to events, kind of like looking in through the gate, like kind of faking it or taking pictures of stuff as a young 20-something living in the city. And there were these big shots showing up in Ferraris and, there was the Swigs and there's all these heavies cruising around, right? Yeah. And Rob Fisher would roll around and he'd be involved in whether it's the Calmile or whether it's the Candy Store, which is a big sort of car club down on the peninsula, different cool things. And anyway, I'll get into
Somebody just invited me down there. I've never gone. I've heard about it for years. I know.
It's in such a cool old domestic dealer,
right?
Hudson dealer.
I've looked at the inside. It's sick looking. Yeah.
I love that building. But anyway, there's been obviously cool car stuff going on here long before you and I got into it. But when I was just kind of, on the outside looking in, there's been some cool guys that were like, very early days of BAT, like, oh, I love BAT, right? And so Rob's really funny because he'll tell you like how early he was on BAT, just reading about the goofy stuff I was finding for sale. So anyway, super wonderful guy. And obviously he's involved in the Concours and we're going to be involved there. And we're excited to give that a shout out and attend and support the cause. And so we'll hear some about that on the next podcast.
Yeah, I'm excited to listen to that because I want the full history of that event. It's got like a claim of being, it's the oldest in California, longest running,
longest continuously running or something. They've been doing it, which obviously is a little bit of a wink to Pebble, who's down the road, but they've been doing it longer.
This is the 70th anniversary of this one, so it's a cool one for us to be a part of it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is.
Continuously running, I think they may hold that. So anyway, we'll talk about that, which is super fun. Other car stuff, just keeping old cars alive and keeping them running and driving cars and trucks and
charging batteries
and charging a few batteries. jumping. We need like a battery charger sponsor anytime because we are like weekly, if not daily users of different jumper boxes.
At the shop I worked in, we had the like interstate rack of batteries that had like 10 different. We had a dozen or 24 batteries on hand at any given time in different sizes for all the cars. We actually like need that rack in our office.
Totally. Unfortunately, we have such a weirdo group
I
of cars
know.
here. You could be like, well, I got the Ferrari size battery that doesn't go in the Volkswagen, and
Yes.
the Renault size battery fits in nothing else. Anyway, that's always hard. But yeah, so anyway, there's plenty of fun car stuff. The sun's out, things are happening.
You've been moving around a little bit. We had kind of an empty office a couple weeks ago. Now it's like chock full all of a
There's
sudden.
cars. People are showing up with cars. Transporters are showing up at BATHQ. And no, we'll have some fun with that. Some of those stories will probably leak out before long. We'll talk about some of them.
Yeah.
But kind of getting ready for summer, kind of getting ready for events. We're bringing a few cars to Hillsboro. We're bringing, some of us will be at Monterey doing different things, which is exciting. So yeah, anyway, some great stuff. And then our official events, which obviously are Hillsboro, and then
Rose Cup.
Are we talking about?
Yeah,
Portland?
let's talk about them. Portland Rose Cup. We'll be there.
PIR,
Yep.
super cool track.
I've never been. You've
cool
been?
Event. We did our first, do I want to say first ever actual BAT event?
Oh my gosh.
Did I talk to you about this?
I don't think so.
We got to pull it up on the site because again, it was so great.
Was this you and Gentry?
No, it was me and my dad, I think.
Okay.
And we had...
What's the fastest way to search that? Portland?
Oh, man. Honestly, that's a hard one to find. That's a story that I got to dig and find. But we looked...
No, I got it. Special offer, BAT Corral at the Portland Historics.
There you go.
2012, dude.
Oh, man. And it may have been the year
June
before
of
that was the
2012.
first one. That may have been the follow-up because we didn't have or maybe we did have a corral. Anyway.
Dude, the pictures are even a little grainy. 2012.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry, dude.
33 comments.
Here,
It's great.
turn it around. Let me
You
see
wanna
if
see it?
that's what we're talking about. Okay, no, but that was the follow-up.
Okay, that's not even the first one.
The year before that.
That's the oldest one I could find on here. So you guys did it a couple years.
So when I went up there and
you did a follow-up. There's the coverage.
No, look at that display.
Dude.
We had a transporter, a guy that I got to know up there through. I was going up to Portland to do the Monty Shelton rally, which I did 3 years in a row.
Oh, dude, that's my
and started making friends. Oh, come on.
908.
Started making friends up there and yeah, just kind of snowballed into interesting opportunities. And then I met the Portland Historics guys. I think Sovereign was running that event, or maybe HMSA.
It's HMSA.
And they said, hey, do you want a little patch of grass to do a BAT display? Look at the transporter. That M3 was one. I cried my eyes out that I didn't buy it. I should have bought it. And then it came back to BAT a couple times. It was so beautiful. The guy who had the transporter built the M3.
I think we still have this old banner. Yeah.
There's a typo in the banner if you look at it, which always makes me smile. There's a lowercase letter that should be uppercase, but that was our marketing back in the day.
Oh, yeah, totally.
And
there's maybe some spacing issues.
And anyway, Ken, shout out to Ken, who brought the transporter that made us look like we were some sort of pro operation.
Totally.
But we were not. But anyway, yeah, Portland. So I've been to Portland. I got to ride shotgun around the track, or maybe I got to drive a car around the track. Maybe the coolest car in our display there, do you see it? You don't see it. The display was different 2 different days because the people driving them didn't want to come back 2 days.
Oh, that's so interesting.
So it was a totally different display one day versus the next. I love that Fastback.
So good.
But there was an XK140 project bodiless.
Oh.
But it was a driving chassis with 2 seats on it, and the guy drove it in. And it had no body on it. Wow. It was like an engine and a steering column and 2 seats and a gas tank. And he drove the thing in, and we parked it there for sale. And it was live on the site, and it's sold. These were all...
these are exclusives.
All of them were exclusives because there were no auctions yet. This is all pre-auction, but I had 7 exclusives running at once. I was pulling my hair out. I thought it was totally crazy.
Pre-Howard, right?
No, Howard didn't work here yet. Yeah, nobody.
Solo.
Who worked here? I don't know.
You.
I don't know what we were doing. But yeah, some contractors and a Google spreadsheet and a bunch of cars for sale. I mean, it was amazing. So
man, the 1800 ES with the wooden trailer. I mean, there's some amazing stuff.
You're on Flickr. I love it. This was me walking around the paddock taking pictures.
I was hesitant clicking on that link. I was like, oh, this gallery's dead. This gallery's alive.
Our Flickr account is rad. I don't know how to extract our photos out of it, but it's rad because all the passwords are lost.
So we're doing this in conjunction with 911R, with Matt Crandall and his Avant-Garde, their whole operation. And I mean, he's raced there a million times. It's right in downtown, apparently.
Thank you for bringing it back around to something relevant. We were just going down the rabbit hole.
I actually want to continue on. It's like right in downtown, because I was like, oh, it must be far afield. He's like, no, this track's been around forever. And it's like right inside Portland.
It is. It's right there. And it's a cool, really cool track. And there's, it's Northwest. So there's like big pine trees all around.
Rad.
And, people show up there with some pretty ripping V8s.
Yes.
There were Trans Am cars and stuff when I were there. There was like pretty big displacement stuff. There was C3 big block vets like crushing it in this
Greenwood Bros.
Totally. There was a little bit of Spirit of 76, right? There was some body kit action.
Box flares.
There were some flares and slick tires. Shoes.
That's going to be rad. I'm excited about that. That's early July. We'll announce that one soon. And then the other big one is we're going back to Road America. Speaking of awesome racetracks,
I'll be there.
Trees. Yeah.
Just discussing this over the weekend. It's so fun. I get so excited talking about Wisconsin. Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
It's probably ought to be racing, but I'm not racing.
Howard is, I think, and we're sponsoring the downtown drives again and hanging out downtown, which I think is the kind of most special part of that.
Okay, so amazing. If you have any way to get there and come, we will buy you a beer. Absolutely, we will. Killer, man. Anything else you want to chat about? No, I don't think so. I mean, lots of stuff going on, a lot of exciting stuff on the site.
You and Rob, you're going to man the podcast solo. You're going to hit record. You're going to turn on the machines correctly.
Hitting record is a 70% chance I hit record, but we're going to have a great conversation. You may or may not need to be in the office to listen to it while it actually happens. Hopefully we can bring you, all our audience, along with that. That will be a special one.
Just make sure you grill them about the history a little bit, because I am really curious about such a long-running concourse. It's fascinating.
All right. I will grill him about
that. And where it's been and all that stuff. And like what the early days were like. I'm like ready for the history. They do. They do.
You secretly, maybe I need like an earpiece that you can just be like, Randy, ask him this.
Oh, yeah,
Randy, ask him this. Because I'm going to be like, tell me about your M1.
No, I think the listeners would much prefer it if you were the host and I was the producer. Okay. I think that would work better.
Well, let's figure it out.
All right. Cool. Well, thanks for doing it as always, buddy. And thanks everyone for listening. We appreciate you. As always, we're happy to hear feedback at podcast@bringatrailer.com, and we'll catch you next time.